I actually have 2 alarms that are set on my clock. One of them set for 5:30 because that one is just a you can finally get up now alarm. Usually by 5:30 I'm wide awake and hurting so much.
Well, howdy. Finally, Senior Citizen here, and I am ready to crack some skulls. And NearlySeniorCitizen.
Well, howdy, nearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Yes, indeed. And oh boy, it's going to be kind of a scorcher in this area. It's going to be into the 90s in the Pacific Northwest. Yay, we've officially entered summer. Summer came roaring in like a freight train. We had nice, calm, not too hot spring, and then wham, it's summer. Oh boy. So I don't do well in heat, and I'm going to be turning the fan in the window back on and opening the door as soon as I finish recording, because just turning all that off, it is stale, stagnant, hot air. And I hate that feeling on my skin. Ugh. So joy. And front loading of videos. Hey, if you could toss me a like, that'd be very cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, I really enjoy engagement. I push through my executive dysfunction, that's the word, and answer as many as I can. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons. These literally beautiful and literally awesome people are in fact literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without them, I would be hosed like a literal, I like that word, Christmas monkey. Unfortunately, I have not been able to push through my executive dysfunction and get this thing updated yet. Hopefully I've got it updated for today. Oh, executive dysfunction is terrible. But front loading of videos over almost, because if you'd like to become a patron, there's links in the video description. If you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without even sending money at all, there's an Amazon wishlist link as well. So thumbs up there. Now we're done with the front loading of videos. Yay. Boy, I'm going to have to start recording with the fan on low in the window now, because this is just ugh. Oh, joy. And it's morning, so it's like 70 outside, and I'm already burning up. But then this house is an older house, and so during the summer it gets hot. Oh boy. Life is life. Of course, speaking of hot, when I was out on walkies last night, and it was hot, when I was walking through downtown Shelton and I had to walk past a lot of the buildings, oh my God. You could, well, I can't say you could feel, because I don't actually know what you would be able to feel. I could feel the heat being absorbed from the sun by these buildings all day, just radiating outward now that the atmosphere was starting to cool down. Oh my God, they were just like furnaces. That must have been terrible to have been inside of them. So hopefully not too many people were. Ugh, that's just ugh. Ugh. But still, in the heat, I made the walk all the way from southern Shelton to downtown Shelton, back up into northern Shelton, and then a long walk to Walmart, and then of course the long walk back all the way up into the mountains and hills of southern Shelton. Hot. I was able to think of a lot of things, because yesterday I did not take my ADHD meds. At the moment, I can't really think of a whole lot of the things that I was thinking about. I'm not too worried about that, because while I can't think of them, I have the general sense of what I was thinking of. Plus, I know that with the way things feel, these things are going to start popping up through the day as I'm able to put more effort into trying to remember. This is much different from the way I feel on the days that I take Strattera every single day. If I had taken it like that, I'd have no clue, none, what I was thinking about yesterday. It would be a clean blank slate, whereas it's not. It's just covered up with layers of tape that I have to keep pulling off, and I can go, oh, I can see that clear. Yeah, I remember now. Because as stated, I remember generally. I was thinking of, ooh, my heart is skipping beats again, yay. I was thinking of things like the relationship between Utok, and the King in Crimson and the various conversations that they have. I was thinking of other types of beings that live there on the Razor's Edge. I was thinking of what it's like where people live, trying to contextualize everything and still trying to pull things into a coherent timeline for this 1 year on the Razor's Edge that I'm going to be writing about. So thumbs up for that. Plus, again, just to keep things straight in my head, is a real quick thing. When I talk about the inside-outside Razor's Edge, there is a time of plenty, a time of want, and a time of torpor that the kaiju goes through, because on the inside, it runs on a roughly 3 billion year cycle, and then everything repeats. Well, doesn't actually repeat. It starts again, but history never repeats exactly, but it does rhyme. So things start again, but it's always going to be a little bit different. But it takes 3 billion years, the time of want, when the energies are flowing freely from the inside to the outside, and so of course through the Razor's Edge. The time of want, when there's no more people on Earth, and finally the residual energy has faded enough that the door shuts. And so this door shuts, so the door from the Razor's Edge to the inside shuts, and there's no more flowing of energy. And then there's 1 billion years while slowly everybody dies and the kaiju eats them. And then the 1 billion years of torpor, when the kaiju itself just it has to go down to here's death, and it brings itself to one small tick above that and has to live like that for 1 billion years. And at the end of that time, when the doors open up again and it can hear the machinery rumbling, but nothing's happening yet, it wakes up. It's already cannibalizing itself to stay alive. So it's waiting for people to show up. That takes a few thousand years. The energy that comes roaring through, because the system is open now, blasts out through the doorway and into the universe with such force that for like 500 years it is pure energy from the inside just blasting out through the doors. For the next 300-ish years, it slowly starts to taper down and bring itself to the point that it reaches modern day things where the energy is perfectly being down converted, so it's only normal for our universe out here energy that leaves the doors. But it is that burst of power and energy that helps to power a whole bunch of stuff out here on the outside. Things like the department, where the department itself that I've mentioned, it is just a existential horror with no mind or being or personality. It's just a process. This is a process that feeds on both the down-converted energy that pours out of the doors, and it feeds on cryptid energy, and it feeds on the crystallized inside energy that condenses as it's being down-converted and pouring out the door. And there's also another horrible thing, because when you take chronological damage from this thing that hurts, what happens is if you lose time, that chunk off of your timeline is excised, cut out. Now, normally, if your timeline is interrupted, you're gone. I mean, we have a timeline which is part of the space-time continuum. If you cut that off, you're gone. But you don't die with this thing. It cuts out time, pulls the edges of your time together, and then staples them. But pulling that together with lost time, that stretches, frays, and damages your timeline. You have taken damage just as badly as someone has beaten you with a hard stick. Maybe even almost to the point of near death. You have taken temporal damage, and it's awful. But it also uses this time it snips out of your timeline to help keep the thing going. It is a process that will exist for quite some time. But it's a finite process. There's a beginning, there's a middle, and there's an end. It's not alive. It's just a process that was created. So yay, a bit of stuff there. I just wanted to. Excuse me. I'm hoping it's not mycotoxins from the mold in the walls that's making me hack and wheeze. Here's hoping. But I just wanted to talk about that a bit before I talked about some other things to show that, yes, indeed, I am still working on this stuff, because what I just told you was stuff that I had been working on while I was on walkies last night. So part of it already came back. That's why I'm not too worried. The rest of it, though, I am just surviving in the heat. Ugh. Yesterday I did have a bout of falling asleep. It wasn't huge, it wasn't long, but it did happen. But it happens worse other times. So, yeah, I didn't fall asleep because of Statera, and I didn't have whole bunches of hideous mental issues because of stopping breathing while I was sleeping. So it happened for a while, but I survived, and that's a good thing. Definitely a thumbs up. So I'm just going to continue trying to survive today in the frickin' heat. The sun is really shining hard. It's going to be coming through that window here right into my eyes pretty bloody soon. So joy. But I'm going to be trying to do what I can do. I'm going to try to continue being as creative as possible. I'm going to play video games. I'm going to continue listening to music. I still enjoy the Strafe soundtrack to death. Look up Strafe OST if you like. Well, I mean, it's basically electronic, but it uses lots of various samples from lots of stuff. You know, they use modern... It doesn't use instruments. It's that kind of music. You do it in a studio with your software and no artists. So it's good stuff. Definitely a good thing. So it's a short one really today because I am burning up. And one of the things that I did was I actually have 2 alarms that are set on my clock. One of them set for 5:30 because that one is just a you can finally get up now alarm. Usually by 5:30 I'm wide awake and hurting so much. I'm just waiting for the alarm to go off to tell me it's time to get up. You don't have to hurt anymore. Of late, I've been waiting and pushing it to 6:30. I'm not sleeping, but I am lying in bed with my eyes closed, and I'm not hurting so much I have to get up. So I'm not sleeping, but I'm getting an extra hour of rest. I'm hissing and slurring past my dentures. I hope that doesn't sound too bad from where you are. Thumbs up on that. So, yeah, short one today just because of the heat. Ugh, oh, rumness. I mean, I turned my fans off and I am mentally and physically melting already, so this is not going to bode well for the summer. Anyway, though, I have opened up 24 hours worth of comments on my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank how many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count in American Sign Language, well, my brain. JAYY, thumbs up and thank you, and thumbs up and thank you very, very much. It is always good to see you in the comments. Lucas Lawson, thumbs up, and I would suggest using Steam. The Xbox version of Morrowind, I only recently discovered it has huge wait times during loading, because actually what Bethesda had to do on the original OG Xbox for the Morrowind thing is occasionally they would just put up a loading screen and then they'd have to reboot the Xbox. So it would have to go through a rebooting process and then load the game and then load the saved game. Oh boy, Bethesda. Cameron Davis, thumbs up and thank you. We have YMNA Marad, M-A-R-A-E-D, thumbs up and thank you very much. V Lion, V, wasn't abusive, so that's good. Jesse Koskinen, oh, the United States, oy vey. And good to see you in the comments. Cryfield, thumbs up and thank you. We have Tom Brown, greatly appreciated, and I'll check that out. Johnny Finn, thumbs up, thank you very, very much. We have Potato Mode Forever, thumbs up and thank you very much. There is Adrian, greatly appreciated. Chris Kingsman, thumbs up and thank you. We have Wesker the Baker, greatly appreciated as well, and good to see you in the comments. Unbearable Suffering, thumbs up and thank you. We have Nico Bands, yeah, and good to see you in the comments as well. Ophelia Gray, thumbs up, and I hope that you enjoy. There is Ben B, greatly appreciated, and I agree with you 100%. I love Cody, thumbs up and thank you very much. We have a ODBQ, thumbs up and thank you. And that is it. What is that? 19 people that left me comments in the past 24 hours. Greatly appreciated, each and every one of you. You get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text and if only for a short time. Thumbs up and thank you. Oh, my voice box keeps wanting to give out because I keep wanting to cough because I'm just filled with, well, hopefully not mycotoxins. But still, oh boy, thank you again, each and every one of you. It is appreciated. So yeah, I'm going to be surviving. Hopefully you're going to be surviving. Just take it easy if it's hot where you are. Survive. And of course, with all the pandemics and diseases and ways that you can toss yourself onto the corpse pile before the end of life comes, please be smart, be safe, take your appropriate precautions, get vaxxed, get boosted. Don't toss your body onto the end of life corpse pile before it's time. Ugh. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and quite frankly, I do think that is a very good idea.